talk about why your organization is on the ground. This is unprecedented.
It is for us to be on the ground in the middle, but this is something that we certainly do around the world. We are here because there is clearly a human rights crisis here. We are seeing the use of excessive force by police in a situation of very minimal need for anything beyond basic policing. The indiscriminate use of tear gas being lobbed into a crowd where there are children and elderly, that's a clear violation of human rights standards. And so we're here on the ground as human rights observers and to offer our expertise. But clearly, when the Attorney General arrives tomorrow and has discussions, one thing that is clearly needed nationally is more guidance to local police forces on what is the appropriate response to peaceful protest activity, because we're certainly seeing violations here that are quite shocking.
Which I think comes as a surprise to so many that, you know, that the standard operation or the guidelines for how to handle peaceful protesters is either not known or ignored.
Yes, and perhaps it's a bit of both. I mean, we asked early on, back last Wednesday, almost a week, for a meeting with the local police chief to be able to have discussions that quite frankly could have benefited both the officers who are on the ground and the community. But today we have gotten no response. And Amnesty gets responses from law enforcement around the world when we come in and offer some expertise. So to disperse the crowd last night, and let me talk about last night since I was on the street.
Please.
While there was not a curfew officially in place, at the end of the day there was. I mean, by midnight the police had gone into full sort of militaristic mode and made it clear that the crowd was to get off of the street, not be in parking lots, and essentially giving people nowhere to go. We have issued reports that say if there's minor property damage, like a sign being torn down, that's not a reason to disperse a crowd. And I was on the street when the police lobbed tear gas, used percussion instruments, smoke grenades to essentially disperse the crowd. And again, these are violations of UN standards and international obligations that the United States is bound to protect.
Wow.